Hello and welcome to day 6. Thank you for keeping up with these videos. You may have missed a day, maybe you're a day or so behind, that's okay. But just being able to do a little bit each day means a lot to me, and I'm hoping that you're learning a lot. Okay, so day 6 is the day that we are going to talk about probably the signature blend of Young Living called Thieves. So, I don't know if you can kind of focus in on that a little bit. There we go. All right, so Thieves. This is in our vitality labeling when it comes in the starter kit, which means the FDA is okay with you ingest, or us saying you can ingest it. And it does come in the solid label as well. You know the drill. It's available for use for all of the uses, which is internally, topically, and aromatically, and I'm going to talk about all three. So like I said, this is our most famous blend. Thieves, a Thieves essential oil, a true Thieves essential oil. It's actually a patented name. I told you in an earlier video how long Gary Young studied about essential oils, and it was a really long time. If you ever get a chance, his wife wrote an amazing book about that whole process and the journey. It's fantastic. Along the way, when he was studying, actually he was studying in overseas, he was in Europe, and he was researching there about essential oils, and he came across the legend of the thieves. Now this is a legend, it's folklore. It's not going to be found in Wikipedia or medical journals or anything like that, but it's well known, the legend of the thieves, it's well known. So this is how it went. Back in the 15th century, and there's a little variation a bit between 15th, 16th, or 17th, but it was a way long time ago, during the time of one of the plagues. The way the legend goes, there were some spice merchants, and they knew a lot about herbs and spices and oils. They also were not the greatest, I guess, of citizens. They became thieves. They became robbers. And they had figured out a way how to rob the recently dead of their things. And I'm talking about people that had died of Black Plague, which was very contagious at the time, still is. It's not around anymore, but if we got it again, it'd be really, really bad. But people would just die. They would die in the streets. Nobody would touch them because this was so, it was just so contagious. The way the story goes, these guys would have no problem taking the stuff off the people, any valuables, or go into their infected homes and loot all their stuff. They were known to even rob the graves of some of these people if they were buried with any valuables. And authorities were getting kind of tired of it, and when they were captured, the way the story goes, the king wanted to know how come they escaped this plague. And they said, we have rubbed these spices on us that are well known to guard against illness. So Gary looked into that to see if this was legit, to see if it had any science to it. There were 4 spices at the time that those guys used. It was cinnamon, clove, lemon, and eucalyptus. Gary decided to, cinnamon, clove, lemon, and rosemary. I almost messed that up there. So Gary studied that and saw that they indeed had some incredible properties that guarded against environmental problems like that, like disease. He also added eucalyptus radiata to it to just make it even better, make it a full-rounded, bolstering blend for our immune systems. Then he coined it. He called that oil Thieves, and he patented that name. So there are no other Thieves out there that are legally sold. There are some knockoffs. They'll have some weird names like For Thieves and stuff like that. You sort of get the idea of what they're going for there. So that's where Thieves came from. As I said, we have coined that name. Young Living has it in the essential oils and a whole line of cleaning products because this is well known for getting rid of the gunk out there, both in us and out. It's so good for our immune systems. It's so good for cleansing our homes as well. This stuff is amazing. You can use this internally. You can just take it straight. You can put it in beverages. You can take it in a capsule. You can also diffuse it in a diffuser, and it has been scientifically proven to cleanse the air. There are also some studies on this that about the cleaning. If you've ever visited a science fair recently, every science fair lately has some kid testing Thieves and Thieves Cleaner against all the other cleaners out there. It always wins with flying colors. So Thieves is just, there are some people that only use Thieves or are Thieves Cleaner because it is that good. And you know what? We are all about getting you to use more natural products, because just like our over-the-counter remedies out there that contain synthetics or some of the prescription drugs we have to be on, some of the things that are not from nature are just not that good for you. Now, my husband has a little bit of an argument about that. He claims everything comes from nature, and you know what? He can be right to some degree. But it's when it's altered that it becomes a problem. So you want stuff that's in as natural of a state as possible, and that's where essential oils, all essential oils, but including and especially Thieves, come from. So lots of uses for Thieves. We can talk about it more later when you get your starter kit and get your own Thieves. But this is an oil you want to have, and that's a little bit about the story behind it. And I just want to end by saying this oil smells divine. It smells like Christmas, you guys. So far, every oil I've talked to you about today smells wonderful. Or this in these last 6 days. All right, thank you very much, and tune in tomorrow when we'll talk about some other things.